Hey YouTube. Just started playing around again, got bored one day, and decided it'd be fun to try and find a way to sync music to my iPod or whatever iDevice you might want to sync to from my Android device, which probably sounds stupid, but when I get bored, I do weird things. So, anyway, I guess we'll kind of get into some things, but before we start, and you guys end up wasting 10 minutes of your time watching this, I guess I'll go through some requirements for this. Um, First of all, obviously you're watching the video that is titled syncing Android device, or syncing your iPod from an Android device. So obviously you need an Android device, in my case a Galaxy S3, but you could use any of the Galaxies, or pretty much any Android tablet, Kindle, whatever. Your iDevice, be it an iPod, iPhone, iPad, whatever, any of those. And the one thing that might not be a component that most people necessarily have or want to do this on is you do still need a computer that is on and has iTunes loaded on it, because basically this process is a remote desktop from an Android device to that particular computer, that you then control that computer and tell that computer to upload your song through iTunes onto the iPod wirelessly. So, that being said, I guess we'll get started here if you're going to continue watching. Otherwise, well, thanks for making it this far. So, I got this set up on the computer that I'm using, which isn't this particular computer. I have one that's set up that doesn't work as well anymore. The sound went out on it, so I'm kind of using that laptop as a mini server. That's the computer that this is set up on. I'm going to be configuring through, but for purposes of showing this, I'm using my good laptop. So on the computer that you're going to do this on, you have to go to the website splashtop.com, and this, you're going to be downloading a program that allows the connection from your Android device to the computer. So when you get to splashtop.com, sorry, can't talk today, go down, go to Personal, click that. They got Get the app right here, but for my Android, I went through the Play Store. So just scroll down. When you get to the bottom, step 2 is download streamer. I suppose I could download that. Wasn't planning on it, but just to show you the setup through that also. While that downloads and gets set up, I'm actually going to move over to showing my Android device, which I'm also showing through my computer, so you can see what's going on and my hands aren't getting in the way of clicking things. My Android went to sleep here on me, but so we'll go in. I'm doing all this from my Android itself. So I'll actually go back to my home screen. If you click on the Play Store, I already have it loaded up there. Sorry, that was AirDroid. That's what I'm using to make the video. If you type in Splashtop, it comes up. In my case, I already have it installed, but when you come to this, install will be one of the options on top. Click that, install it, you'll be ready to run. So now I'm going to get back on my full screen here. See my desktop version of it downloaded. Let me set this up. I didn't think I actually wanted to set it up, but we'll do it anyway. Just so I can show you guys. There's nothing to it really, it's pretty easy. I'm going to pause this and wait for this to install, and once it installs I'll bring it back up. Alright, I'm going to resume from here, guys, just so you can kind of see the installation process. I don't really care to help improve by submitting crash statistics and whatnot. I'm going to accept. So it wants you to create a login. I already have one, so I'm just going to log into it, and I'm going to blank this out so you can't actually see all that information, but we'll go from there. So I'll log in. That right there is all you need to do on the PC side of things. This is now connected and sitting and waiting. So I will move back to my Android side. Open this back up. I gotta unlock it again. Now, on your Android device, you're going to go into your apps and find the splash top that you had installed, which mine is in the third column towards the bottom. Open that up. Nice little splash screen. And it's going to automatically log me in. When I log in, it automatically finds both of mine. This is the one I just set up, which is not the one I want. I want Sam Server, which is the old laptop in the basement. So I'll click that. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to click it on my computer. I can't do that. Click it on my Android. At least I'll try. When it connects, it's automatically going to show you, okay, here's all of your stuff you can do. This is how you use the computer that you're connecting to. So I guess I'll scroll through that, just kind of show you. I'll show you different mouse clicks you can do. So anyway, this isn't necessarily the greatest, I guess, because I have a larger screen computer in the basement that doesn't completely fit on here. But this, I can zoom in and out, is what's on the screen on my laptop in the basement. This is my whole iTunes. And you can see, I'll zoom in here, that already shows I have my iPod connected, which is wirelessly connected. This is not connected through a cable. And unfortunately, being iTunes, the wireless syncing doesn't always work. So if it doesn't work, try closing iTunes and reopen it and go again. In this case, the selected song is one I already synced when I was playing around this morning. So if you want to add a song, in the lower right side you can see what looks like a little keyboard, I guess, if you want to call it that. You click on that. Then on top it gives you a bunch of those special keys on your keyboard. Shift, Control, Alt, the little Windows flag, Escape, Tab, yada yada. If you want to add a song, what you need to do is click Alt. You can see it highlights. And for whatever reason, I'm not quite sure, you have to click it again. And you'll see the file, edit, whatnot came up there. So let me see if I can click File without clicking something else. And you'll say, I'll zoom in a little bit so I can click this. Add file to library. I'm going to zoom back out, and our file adding is on the screen. So it's going to... I'm going to add another Kesha song just because. If I can click on this here. Oh crap, I just added something I didn't want to. Alright, try that again. Alt twice. File. Add file to library. Oh, this is the particular song I'm looking for, I guess. So I can double click it here. And now I'll add that into my library. I'm going to scroll over to our search to make it easier. And say dinosaur. Click on it. And see, my iPod still shows it's connected at least. Dinosaur is now highlighted. You click the little arrow next to it, just as you would on your regular computer. Say add to Sam's iPod. It takes a little bit for it to recognize I'm trying to do something. Now, of course, it says looking for iPod, which it appears it went real quick. which means, oh, hey, sorry, I lost track of where the heck your iPod is. So, what we're going to do, we'll close out of iTunes, reopen iTunes. It's going to say, hey, audio configuration is not right, because like I said, that particular laptop I'm using got screwed up and its audio doesn't work, and that's why it's the old laptop. So, now iTunes will pop back up. We'll wait and watch over in the corner here to see for my iPod to come back. Which unfortunately is not always quick, and it doesn't always happen. So sometimes it still doesn't come back, just like it would regular iTunes on the computer. Close it out and try again. And if it still doesn't come back, make sure your iPod is actually set to be able to sync wirelessly with iTunes by plugging your iPod into that particular computer that you're using, and then saying there's an option, I forget exactly what it is, but something about being able to sync wirelessly. So since this didn't pop up yet again, close iTunes one more time, reopen it, get my little warning message, whatever. Alright, here's iTunes yet again. Alright guys, once again, back again. I paused it and waited, so I'm not wasting any more time here. Took a little bit for iTunes to finally pick up that my iPod was somewhere. As you can see, it was gray when it initially came up, and now it's kind of colorful, and appears that it's knowing there's a connection. So once again, come in here, dinosaur. We'll already get to that little arrow, click it, add to Sam's iPod. And wait for it to realize that you did something. There we go. Put my keyboard down. It's updating files on Sam's iPod. Takes a little bit because it's wireless. Finishing sync. Takes as long to finish the sync as it did to actually sync it. Now I'll go into my iPod, just so I can show you on this iPod. Dino. And there it is. This is what is on my iPod. So that's really all there is to it. I guess just me tinkering around with stuff again. So if this works for you or helps at all, awesome. I don't think there's much more really to it. If you have any questions, because I know this didn't necessarily go the greatest, which was mainly iTunes not being able to find my iPod, because iTunes wireless sync kind of sucks sometimes. So if you have any questions or comments or ideas, or you want me to show something, leave a comment, let me know, and I'll see what I can do for you. All right, thanks guys.